Hey everyone, today we're working on LeetCode Challenge 2395, find subarrays with equal sum. And in this challenge we're given an integer array nums, and we need to determine whether there exist two subarrays of length 2 with equal sums. Note that they must start at different indices, and we simply need to return true if these subarrays exist and false otherwise. Subarray is defined as being contiguous, non-empty sequence of elements within the array. So the first example they give right here is this array nums with elements 4, 2, 4, and this would return true, with the first subarray being 4 and 2, and the second one being 2 and 4, and both of those add up to an equal sum of 6, so we would return true. So what makes this problem slightly easier than if they had asked for us to potentially return what the subarrays themselves are, is that we simply just need to return true or false, just a Boolean. We don't actually have to say what the subarrays are or what the indices are, where they begin at. So it makes things slightly easier. We don't actually have to keep track of what the solution is. We just have to tell if a solution exists that meets those conditions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create an array called sums, which, as we loop through our nums array and find the sums of the subarray, we're basically going to store the ones that we've already seen in here, and then as we look at each new subarray and find its sum, if that value already exists in here, we'll know that there are two subarrays that meet this condition, that have equal sums. So we'll set up a for loop here, starting at the beginning of the array, I less than nums.length, if I can type, I plus plus. All right, and what we want to do is find a sum, which we'll simply call s here. Let s equal nums at I plus nums at I plus 1, and that'll give us the sum. And then what we want to do is we want to check if sums dot includes s. If that's the case, we'll know we've found two subarrays that have equal sums. So at this point we can stop our for loop and simply return true. And otherwise we want to push the new sum into the sums array right here. Now if we make it all the way through this for loop and we haven't found two sums that match, then we can return false. Oops, spelled. There we go. Looks like that's working so far. We'll submit just to be sure. Yep, and that looks like that's working just fine. So that's how we've solved this LeetCode challenge. Hopefully this video was helpful.